All right, DJ, over to you. This is just to welcome you and also to thank you for all the support you give in there. They really appreciate all of that. And we hope that it doesn't end here, because Nina will need the support going forward. And I'm sure that those of you who are around will be doing that, calling on her, making sure that she's okay. The cameraman is giving me a lot of hassle, so I'll get that out of the way first. Would it be possible if I ask all of you to stand up, please? Can everybody stand up? We're going to take this very easily. Can I ask everybody to take 2 steps forward? 2 steps forward. That's not a step. If you take 2 steps forward, you change seats. I want you all to cover the front seats if you don't mind, please. You listen at the front. 2 steps forward, everybody. Excellent, yeah. He telling me that the videos are not looking pretty, so because there are a lot of spaces up front, so please, if you don't mind. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm still waiting for anyone who's got speeches or anybody who wants to make any contribution. The table on the left-hand side seems to be empty. Are you all shy? Come on, don't be. We're all family. Yeah? Just help me come around. Yeah, thank you very much. If you want any tributes to make, if you want to come and get the mic, please see me. As I said, I've seen mics around, so I just want to make sure that I don't trick on what you're about to say. So please, if you want to make any tribute to our dear brother, you're welcome. Just nudge me and I'll pass the mic on to you. That's all right. In the meantime, DJ, let's go.
You know what we're going to do? We take the buckets away. We pass them away.
Hello, it's me again. Yes, it is. You also put down as if you don't want to participate. It's meant to be a celebration of life. We've done the sad part. Yeah, we've sent our brother to have a rest. Now it's time to us to enjoy ourselves. Let us know what you know about him or the family. And I was trying to tempt those 4 ladies at the back there who I understand have a lot of story to tell, and yet none of them want to get up. Yes, it's you I'm looking at. Yeah, that's you. But whenever you're ready, let me know and then we can let you do that. In the meantime, Joshua, I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you and Albert grew up together. You spend most of your life in Ghana, you continue over here. There's a lot that I know you want to say, but I'm not going to give you the mic to say all of it, because other people want to say something as well. So when you're ready, can you just tell us about how you knew Albert, and how he changed you, how he touched your life. So can I ask you to put your hands together for Joshua Tedam. Thank you, Francis.
Sorry, I've actually been put on the spot because I haven't written a tribute other than the tribute that we wrote as brothers and sisters. But Albert and I go a long way back, so it shouldn't be difficult for me to tell you a story about our lives. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you a story. Albert is a brother. Our fathers are brothers. His father comes before my father. And we come from a long line of royals. Our line is Tedam. But going back in history, the royalty of Baka probably started around the 14th century. And the current chief, who is our brother, is the 11th chief. He says it's all that. 13th chief. I have another brother here, so he knows the dates and the order. So Albert and I came to London around about the same time. I probably came a year before Albert, but that's about 30 to 31 years ago that we came here as teenagers and youngsters on a trip of adventure, not knowing what we're going to discover. So that's Albert. We are close in age, so we became very close brothers, friends, more than friends. We went through life, starting out, drawing our plans, training ourselves, getting married. And I remember when Nina came and we were cutting Nina up, and we spent the whole day trying to strategize about how we were going to Nina's auntie to take Nina out. It was quite interesting. But at the end of the day, I think we were triumphant. And so they got married. But Albert is a very honest, passionate, and I'm not just saying this because it's not here. I'm sure there are a lot of you in the room who will confirm. Very caring. He will drop whatever he's doing and come out to help you. And he's ever so thankful and grateful for any little support that you give to him. He would call up and thank you over and over again. And as I said during my tribute earlier, I would try to stop him by saying, well, if he thanks me, I'll tell him to leave it until my own tribute. And sadly, he has not been able to do it for me. And he's not here for me to say, I told you to leave it to my tribute. So Albert, very honest with what I remember, before he joined the police service, we were driving to a location and Albert was in front of me and he knew where we were going. And you know, when you are trailing the person who knows where you're going, you don't lose them. Because if you lose them, you wouldn't know where to go. And it wasn't the days of mobile phones. So you had to make sure that you were close behind, and there were others who would try to cut in. between the lead and you. And you will find that you have to keep up otherwise. So here was Albert and I. We got to a traffic light, and the traffic light turned amber. And he was nearly gone. So I had to follow, because if I let him go, I'll miss him. But he stopped suddenly, and I nearly hit him. And I came and said, "You should have just gone." And he says, "Well, that would be breaking the law." And he was that strict when it came to following the rule of law. He would emphasize the importance of following it and doing things the right way. And if everyone was like Albert, I think the world would be a better place. There are people who do the wrong things because others do the wrong thing. But if we all do the right thing, I think the world will be a better place. So just a few years ago, I relocated to another country, but we kept in touch. And just before Christmas, I think on the 17th of Christmas, I called him to inform him I was on my way to Ghana for my Christmas holidays. And then he says, "Oh, when you get back, we have a chat. We probably have to come over. We haven't been on a holiday in a long time, me and the kids." And I said, "Yes. Why not? When I come back, we can plan and talk about it." And that was on the 17th. Fast forward 26th, I get a call from Nina. And I was just beside myself. I literally broke down because I just didn't expect that information to come through. And then I started to get angry because he didn't give me the opportunity to help out. But then I reflected and thought, well, this is the kind of person Albert is. He doesn't want his burden to be anybody's burden. So he would have thought carefully about this, and he would have come to the conclusion that if he told me, it would bother me, and if he did, I probably would have cancelled my holidays to Ghana, and Albert wouldn't like that. And that's why he kept most of these things away from me, and I understand that because I know the person that I'm dealing with. So it's really sad that Albert has left, because he was a good source of counsel. You call him and share your ideas with him, knowing that the unprotected is not going to share it with the third person, and he will give you very good ideas, very honest, sincere advice about how to go about it. He wouldn't mislead you. And so in that sense, Albert was so reliable. He was so caring. He thinks about everyone. And I used to say, like, you can't heal the whole world. And then he would say to me, "I'll try." But that's Albert for you. But as they say, maybe heaven needs him more than we do. So he will continue his work wherever he is. And then one day, I know that we will meet again. It's sad. I don't have to think about it because it hurts me. The 4 lovely kids of Nina, I know Nina will prevail eventually, but it's difficult. Albert did almost everything. He wouldn't let Nina drive the car. He would drive Nina. He wouldn't let Nina do this. He wouldn't let Nina do that. Now he's not there. It's a serious learning curve of learning and adjusting to doing all of those things that Albert used to do. And it's very difficult. I'm sure I'm paying for Nina, and I'm sure he also paying for Nina. So that's all I have to say. As I said, I haven't written any speech, but this is from the bottom of my heart. And I'd like to say I love you, Albert, and I'll miss you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, for that heartfelt tribute that you paid. I know you don't need to write a speech to tell us how you knew Albert or how Albert touched your life, because I know you two grew up together, and I know the journey that you went through. So thank you very much for that. Well, as I said before, I've got enough space for people to let us know or tell us about their tribute or give us their tribute about Albert and the family. If you haven't got any, then I'll bring some of mine forward because it's too long. And I'm not going very far. I'll start from 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I lost my father. Because my sister is living in Leeds, we had a funeral in Leeds instead of in London. The last person I expected to see at that funeral was Albert. Now why do I say that? Other people came from London to the funeral, but Albert was one person I wasn't expecting. And the reason why I wasn't expecting Albert was because he's a very shy person. He doesn't want to do a lot of the mixing. You probably know that some of us are extroverts, but he's not that kind of person who doesn't want to be involved. He wants to keep himself to himself, doing things in the background, as you heard all those tributes in the church this morning. But when I saw him, I was very pleased to see him there. But it's the support he gave me, the advice he gave me, that's what always stuck in my mind. And when we went to Ghana and then made sure that my dad rests in peace, he would call me to find out how it all went, whether there's anything he could have done to help us whilst we were away. So that is just a bit of me telling you about how Albert is. He doesn't put himself first. He always put other people first. So for the first part of my speech, that is where I'm going to stop. And ask anyone who's got anything to add, please do that, because we're trying to celebrate the life of this person, Albert Marcus Tedam.
Yes, my name is Dwumfour. I also met Albert, was it about 4 months ago. It was to do with an auntie's funeral. And the first time we spoke on the phone, I just realized how nice a person he was. He tried everything best to, give the auntie a very nice, befitting burial. After that occasion, he told me his profession, and then, as you guys saw today, I was following the hearse with my car with the lights on. So there was one incident when there was a funeral that had a horse caught in chariot or whatever, the hearse. So whilst following the hearse, we ran through some traffic lights, which sometimes you can't really do anything about, especially when it's to do with the horses because they don't know lights. And I got this letter from the Metropolitan Police about giving me some fines. And I was just trying to find some solution to it because I know I was also doing something very good for the community. What I do helps a whole lot of people around the world because there are people, especially during the peak of the COVID, most people couldn't travel, couldn't do anything, and so they were relying solely on whatever I showed them to be able to get the closures that they needed. And so, for giving my heart out that way and also being, being in that sort of problem, I needed a solution. And one of the people that came into mind was calling Albert. I called him. Yes, it wasn't his area, but he did all that he could, gave me all the advices, and then also tried to speak to some colleagues, and then came back to me within the shortest possible time with the possible solution. And so, just a couple of months into it, hearing of his demise, that was a big shock because, never was I, going to expect, something of that sort, to happen to a strong man that I knew. And so may he so rest in peace. We are celebrating his life. I wasn't supposed to speak, but I'm trying to also encourage people who have, also received some very good support and love from Albert. So please do well. This all helps, it helps consoles the family. And so please, let's do so. Who's coming next after me, please? Can I see a hand so that I'll bring the mic to you, please?
I'd like to drink water.
Yes, I'm waiting. Can I come here? Who is next? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Dwumfour, for those warm words. As I said before, we all touch in one form or the other. So as you sit there celebrating his life and also reflecting, I think you're probably in a reflection mode. That is why you don't want to talk right now. But that is okay. Yeah, I know some of you feel that you're shy, you don't want to do this. I don't think there was anybody more shy than I am, but I'm able to pick a mic and then say a few words. So whenever you're ready, please let me know and I'll do that. DJ, whenever you're ready, give us some music. And I understand there are a few groups here, but I'll introduce them later. Thank you.
Let's all join the dance floor. The dance floor is open. Please let's join them. That's so beautiful. As we celebrate the life of Albert. Thank you.